Okay, this time it is not 3 a.m., but it's same exact deal. Got a baby? May interrupt. Let's get going. One of the first things you may have noticed I've done is remove the Leave Site button from the main menu. That was never intended to be a permanent function. That was always a holdover for the out. Now the proper way to leave the game is to use the door. Also, the tutorial radio has been moved to over here. The tools that were here are now moved over here. And I added this thing, just for flavor. The idea is you have two teams, the setup team and the investigation team. Investigation teams are worth a lot and probably shouldn't waste their time setting things up, so you have a setup team. This is the paranormal detection tool table, complete with all the paranormal tools we have at the moment. And this is the required ritual objects table. At the moment I just have this guy. It does have a bug where you can't see in hand. That's going to be fixed soon, don't worry. It's a test piece, definitely. You'll notice it has the same exact symbol as the bell. This isn't even functional. You're supposed to find the entity's location, which we can't determine as here by the sounds of flies buzzing. Then you're supposed to place this down, and then you just right click. That is the all ritual object. At the moment it hasn't been quite set up to do literally anything at all, but when it is set up, if you determine that you're dealing with an entity that requires the all ritual object, it will begin the process of removing the entity. What ritual the entity will have will be found in the more information sections. When you click on an entity, you get this small amount of information, what paranormal detection tools they use, and soon I will be adding a button to toggle to the ritual section. That will show you what ritual it will require. Each entity will require their own ritual. Some entities may overlap or have very similar rituals. They all will involve certain items. In the expector, you can see this number counting up, player near. The entity has determined that I am near. That changes if I am out of sight, see the number stop rising, or if I am blocked by some obstacle. So, I'm a big fan of other Ghost Hunter games. I play them a lot, and I thought that this game wasn't as good as them, that it was moving too fast. I was trying to figure out why, so I played them, got a little bit of inspiration, and really discovered something about them. Every single Ghost Hunter game, a vast majority of them, has 3 inventory slots. That's what they say, they have 3 inventory slots. But once you start playing, really playing, and get down to it, you realize they don't have 3 inventory slots. They have 2 inventory slots. Because one of the inventory slots is always taken up by a flashlight, but I've decided to include the flashlight for free. So that means I have 1 more inventory slot, which is why this game is running so much faster, so much quicker. Less scary, because you can get all the tools in place much faster than the other games. Let me show off the Eldruin now. I gave a new function. None of my tools had a chance to really scare the player, really do anything you expect from a horror game. And I wasn't happy with the Eldruin being so mundane of a thing, just flip over the ruin and that's a clue. So I added. So that's the ideal. I believe I have written down, the Eldruin will allow aspects of madness to manifest, usually in this case, in the form of a screaming face. Also, I got the camera to work. That saved an image to my computer. I'm probably showing it off right now. So, this is a rundown building. There's a story behind it, but to be honest, I made this for one purpose and one purpose only, to excuse the existence of a door. Left mouse button, hold to open. Right mouse button, hold to close. I start pushing button, let go, it stops. And you can also slam it open, slam it close. There's nothing that aggravates and annoys a ghost more than a door slamming. So if you're attempting to get through a room very quickly, an area very quickly, be careful. At the moment, entities can interact with the door if they are angry enough. They may slowly close it, or they may flat out slam it. A thing to note, if they are aggravated, they may slam a door, which could aggravate them some more. That aggravation could lead them to slamming the door again. So you could get an infinite loop where a ghost is just sitting there, slamming a door open and closed, becoming more and more angry. There's a cap to that. I did put a cap on that. Gothic going to do that like 6 times in a row before it needs to take a break, start doing it again. I've begun to edit the last known position system. As I mentioned previously, I wanted this game to be based somewhat in stealth. The last known position right now is just an empty game object with no indication of it, but if I start running, it will snap right to me. And if I go over to this door and slam it, it snaps to that door. Specifically to that door, not necessarily to my location. Another thing I wanted to take a few seconds to point out is the last known location does not just apply to door slammings and running, but whether or not you're in line of sight of the entity, who is very angry right now. A rare event an entity can do is drop another sort of entity-like creature. It's an event, it's not necessarily an entity. You can see it over there. Now it's gone. Only lasts a few seconds. Let me throw another one down. Creepy. When you look into its eyes, it does something. It makes that slight little sound. What does it do? We'll have to download the game and find out. Test this buggy alpha game, please. Last update Sunday didn't get a lot of views, it didn't pull a lot of attention. I'm gonna try update Sunday again, one more time. If it still gets those really low numbers, then I'm gonna switch to update, update Thursdays. But this has been my update on this project of mine. I believe this may be all the time I have left. I am working really hard on this game. I really hope you guys do enjoy this. This game is going to be really awesome when done. It's going to be terrifying. I imagine you will see this all over the internet. Big names are going to be playing this. People are going to grow passionate about this game, love it. Wonder what's around the corner, what horrible monster they might see, they might work to defeat. There's going to be awesome things, awesome game settings, customization. Your job's going to be to detect what the ghost is and get rid of the entity using its specific ritual. I already have a backlog of entities. Here's a list of the entities I have prepared and their names. At some point in time, I gotta admit, I ran out of ghosts and I started making them up. First is this guy, 100% made him up. That's not a negative, is it? I mean, yeah, I could phrase it as a negative. I ran out of ideas for ghosts, so I started just randomly making them up. But here's a different spin on it. In addition to the amazing creatures you've already faced in games like Phasmophobia and Demonology, things like the Rio and even Amore, don't think I said that right. But in addition to these absolutely loved entities, you have custom things that you've never seen before. I do desperately need support though. It is true you could support me for free, absolutely no cost. Just with a little like and a little comment. That could help me spread awareness, help people see my ideals and dreams. But you could also help financially. If you donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or in the future, a Kickstarter that may come, you will be rewarded. Can't quite say how you'll be rewarded, because, to be honest, not quite sure how I will reward you. If you don't donate, no one donates, and I have no financial support. There will be consequences.